What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Remy Martin, you know, she's all the rage right now. She is coming off real hot. She just dropped another diss record titled Another One, aimed at Nicki Minaj. Not as hard as the Sheether record, but you know, it's a diss record nonetheless. I'm sure a lot of people are enjoying it. I enjoyed Sheether better, but shout out to Remy Martin. But I want to turn your attention to something that kind of annoys me. You know, I'm happy for Remy Martin. You know, I enjoy her music. I've always enjoyed her music for years. Big fan of her. I think that goes without saying. But I saw a I saw a ad by a video ad by Marie Claire, the magazine, beauty magazine or whatever, and it had Remy Martin freestyling about going against men's rights activists, and she was basically talking about the glass ceiling and basically using feminist talking points. And she is, I see her bringing feminism into hip-hop, and I have to stop it. It's my duty. I feel like a superhero that I gotta put on my cape and cowl and stop this menace. Because number one, let me say this, because I know I'm gonna get a lot of women here that say, oh, well, you're just a chauvinist and you're not about women's rights and all that bullshit. Look, I want men and women to be, they should be considered equal. Sure, I totally agree with all that shit. I've said this 1,000 times on my channel. If a woman is just as qualified as a man and she shows her credentials at work, man shows her credentials, if she has better credentials, yeah, she should be hired. That, you know, I have no problem with that. I've also talked about 2-income household is better than a 1-income household. I totally agree with that. It is what it is. But she first goes on to rap about men's rights activists, and in a nutshell, without going too deep into it, she basically called men's rights activists whiners, and she was saying that what are you crying about when we bear children and this and that. And you know, look, there is a movie coming out and I have to go pick it up. I can't wait to see this, because that whole shit will be her whole first part of freestyle could be debunked by just a preview of this shit. There's a woman named Cassie J, who I believe she was a feminist, and she did a documentary going and interviewing men's rights activists and seeing what they were all about. And it's her journey on how she changed her mind, because she started to see certain things, how things aren't balanced for men. And I urge you to go watch this. It's called The Red Pill Movie. I don't know if it's out yet, but I know I keep getting her tweets on my Twitter. So when that comes out, hopefully I'll watch it. Maybe I'll do a video about it. But yeah, all this stuff about men's rights is really just in retaliation to y'all, because feminism to me at one point meant something. And I've said this a billion times. Back then it meant something, but it got twisted over time. It's all about emasculating men and misandry, and that's what it is now. It's all about superiority. And all this stuff about, well, we carry babies and stuff. I mean, well, yeah, that's your natural, that's something that's natural, that's intrinsic to you. You know, we're talking about, well, she mentioned this shit. Well, let's just lump it all together. She talked about the glass ceiling with men, and we're talking about alimony and child support, and she brought up even the wage gap and shit, which I'll go into, which I have went into, but I'll go into it again for you. I mean, it's just insane. Yeah, men are complaining about alimony and child support because it's usually geared towards the women, because you have simp ass dudes that make these laws to benefit you. Now, if you weren't shit prior to marrying a dude and the shit don't work out, I don't believe that the dude has to turn around and say, well, let me keep you at a certain level because you were with, no, fuck you. You should have been able to get your own career, get your own shit started, so you don't need a man. That's the whole point. That's how I would raise my daughter. If I had a daughter, I would raise her to be able to be independent enough, so that way if she don't really need to lean on a dude. If she gets with a dude, guess what? He'll have his own shit, she'll have her own shit. If shit don't work out, fuck you, I don't need you because I got my own shit. But a lot of you like to lean on guys, and then the courts will grant shit in your favor, like alimony. Well, you did live at a certain level during these years, so you should continue. No, why should me being the business man, the breadwinner, or whatever you want to call it, why should I continue to finance your lifestyle? It didn't work out. Irreconcilable differences, whatever you want to call it. You go your way, I go mine. I'm going to continue doing what I got to do. Why the fuck do I got to take care of you? Child support, different story. But child support, which I do agree with, a man should take care of his children. However, I don't believe in all that bullshit where I'm going to pay you an inordinate amount of money. That's retarded. All this shit where you got to pay thousands of dollars, this and that. No, look, kids don't need that much, especially when you're in your formative years, maybe up to 18, I would say. Look, I was working at fucking McDonald's at what was it, my early, I would say 15, 16. I was making, what, per week? $120, in between $120. So you figure 120 times, we'll round it down, 100 times 4 a month. That'll be $400 for a kid in high school. I mean, that's good enough for a kid in high school. Like, what the fuck do, you know, like, that got me my little, you know, lunch, whatever I needed to do, you know, clothes, this and that. You know, the woman could work. Y'all could go out and do shit. Y'all are just as capable as a man. That's what y'all fought for. Now all of a sudden, well, I can't do anything because I got kids. No, ho, you could do shit. Fuck that shit. Don't sit there and say, oh, well, I can't do anything now. It's always bent in your favor. So I can't stand how women will bring these things up and say, well, don't complain about it. The wage gap, let's go into that again. This is something that has been debunked fucking over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's been debunked. It's not true. However, Remy goes on to rap about it. And look, let me break it down to you guys again. There's 3 reasons why it's bullshit. It's just critical. All it takes is a little bit of thinking, and you could just figure it out on your own. Number one, when you have a group of women who are protesting, running around, let's consider the protest whining, by the way, because that's what she said in her rhymes when there's men's rights activists saying, well, wait a minute, that's not fair. We're whining about it, which women are essentially doing. So they're whining about this shit. When you have a group of women whining and saying, well, you know, there's a wage gap going on and we're not getting paid. We're getting paid 75, 80 cents on the dollar, and those guys are the dudes, because they got a dick, they're making a straight dollar and this and that. What are those women saying about each other? Those women are saying, we're fucking stupid. It's not me saying it, it's y'all saying it about yourselves, because if you believe that to be fact, why are y'all going to work? You're still going to work making that 80 cents to a dollar. That's your fucking fault. If you believe it to be true, then y'all are fucking stupid. That's number one. Number two, employers will be looking to hire nothing but women because y'all are cheaper, according to your shit. That's number two. What was number three? Number three, there would be a shitload of class action lawsuits that would be unprecedented in this country. There would be a shitload of them. There would be lawyers that would be fucking rich out the ass with these cases. I mean, and y'all just don't see that. And then, well, there is a fourth one. A lot of women in life, when it comes to working alongside a man, a lot of them have different life choices. They're gonna sit there and say, well, for example, I'm getting pregnant. I wanna go on vacation. I wanna do this. So of course you're not gonna get paid a full fucking salary going out. You can't have as much as I hate this saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Yeah, you're gonna get a little bit less. You're gonna get a stipend, but it's not gonna be full-time pay. You can't fucking have that shit. You know what I mean? So this whole wage gap based on gender is bullshit. Again, oh my God. It just is so fucking irritating that now it's coming into hip hop and you know, people are women are so empowered. Oh my God, this has been happening forever. I mean, and it's just so funny too that it's coming from Remy Martin, because this is a woman who's very successful. This is my other point too. This is what pisses me off about liberal Hollywood or in mainstream media and anyone that got a voice. Y'all aren't beat down. Remy Martin, like I had mentioned before, she's coming off of this whole Sheether diss. She got a record out with Fat Joe. People know who the fuck she is. She's making millions. I mean, stop it. Look, you're not a victim. You're married to one of the illest MCs ever. Cut it out. Stop. I love you, Remy, but I gotta call bullshit on this. I'm sorry. I gotta call bullshit on it because it's bullshit. I'm sick and tired of seeing, you know, feminism ruin shit that I care about. I'm sick of SJW shit ruining shit that I care about. It's ruining hip hop. It's starting to ruin comic books. I seen a few brothers made some videos about how it's ruining Marvel Comics. They're putting social justice shit in Marvel Comics. I mean, hip hop and comic books are my shit. Like, those are two things that I value so much, and I can't even fully enjoy them anymore. And I just hope to God that this doesn't really take off. That's all I gotta say, man. Love you, Remy Martin, but I gotta call you on this one. I'm sorry. I gotta call you on this one. And yeah, that's it. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. And that's it. Peace, bitches.